So you've mentioned the autobiography, so let's talk about it. How revealing do you plan to be in this book?
I'm transparent all the time.
Really?
Absolutely.
So everything's going to be in the pages.
There's probably going to be a part two and part three.
Wow. Because you've lived quite a life.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much there was to tell, but basically I've been telling my story for a long time in ministry work or dealing with youth and things like that. I started a foundation called Elevate Hope Foundation for Kids. My friend and I, Lynn Mabry, we started it a while ago, but we were only dealing with kids in foster care, but then we realized the need to help kids in the public schools as well, that they're taking music and arts out of the schools. So now we're putting music and arts back in the schools and you know, trying to do it in that way. And I forgot what the initial question was.
No, just how revealing you're going to be in your autobiography. Revealing. Very revealing.
It's revealing.
You know, you've been open about abuse that you've suffered in the past. Why did you decide to reveal that to your fans, and what has happened as a result of you sharing so much with them?
I wanted to share it because it was something that I had gone through, and again, starting the foundation, realizing that when you become a victim, you think you're the only one, and then when you finally have the courage to talk about it, then you realize you're not. And if there's 20 people in this room, there's a good 15 of them that have been abused. The numbers are staggering. It's amazing that almost everyone probably in this room has been abused in some kind of way, some form. So the need was great to be able to share not only the story to help others, but it was a healing process for me as well. And when you, the biggest part of it was when you forgive somebody, as bad as things are, when you forgive them for doing what they did, then you're allowed to be free and not carry all the guilt and the shame and the things that bind you to freedom and to allow God to work in your life. It's not going to happen if you don't forgive. You'll carry hatred in your life for the rest of your life.
The bitterness will hold you back.
Absolutely, yeah.
Was that the freeing moment for you when you decided to forgive? Was that freeing for you? And then how do you, because a lot of people sit and they say, you know, how do you forgive someone who has committed that type of crime against your body?
Absolutely, yeah. No, you have to forgive. If you don't, that is the turning point. When you forgive and you let it go, I mean, love surpasses all understanding. If you love someone, all of the other stuff doesn't exist. But it's hard for someone to say, I'm just going to love you for who you are no matter what happens. And not everybody can do that. It's hard. It's a daily walk. It's something that you have to really work on. I mean, it's hard. You get angry. We all get angry and mad at things that happen. How you live your life is based on the reaction and how you, if something happens, how are you going to react? You have the choice to either be nice or cool about it and say, I can't deal with this, but I'm going to forgive you because maybe you don't know what you're doing, or maybe you did this because someone did that to you. And then there's a chain reaction that happens, and somewhere someone has to say something to stop it.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit and talk about another topic that everybody wants to know about that's in your book, I'm sure, Prince. Now, we know you've worked with several huge legends and icons, but he helped put you on the map. What was your relationship like working with him, and how far beyond professional did your relationship go?
Really? The book comes out September 2nd.
Oh, come on.
I'm just saying.
We're all going to read it, but you need to give him a teaser. Give him a teaser.
I just told you. September 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I love that. You're going to wait till you read that story. There it is, right there.
Okay, how detailed in that story do you get?
The initial question was, how deep are you going to go? Transparent, I said.
Really?
Can you tell us how you two met? You don't have to go into all the details. Just tell us how you met.
Fair enough.
That's a good one.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
We met on September 2nd.
And read the book.
We met September 2nd, 1977. No, we met actually in the Bay Area. He was recording his record when my dad was with Santana, and they were kind of like next door to each other in the same studio, and Prince came to the Bay Area to record because of the different genres of music in the Bay Area, as well as he wanted to be in one of the studios where Sly had recorded his record and things like that, the influence that he has on the music that he had on his life. So he came there to record it. I wasn't able to meet him right then, but within that year, he came back to the Bay Area to perform, and I met him there. And when I walked backstage to say hello to him, he turned around and shook my hand And I hadn't said my name yet, and he says, I already know who you are. And I went, huh? He says, I've been following your career. I'm a big fan of yours. I said, well, thank you. I didn't know who he was, but he knew who I was, so I'm just saying, read the book.
You'd worked with everybody from Lionel Richie to Herbie Hancock to Diana Ross by then, so he had to have known who you were.
Yeah, he really was a fan. No joke. He had been following my career, especially with George Duke. Back in the day, there were 2 shows. It was Midnight Special and then Don Kirshner's rock concert. And those were the shows that we had as musical shows, like instead of MTV and things like that. And all the groups played on those shows, so I was able to play there.
Now, did you really have a choice about going into music? Because it is in your DNA. You mentioned that your father was in Santana, your uncles have been in the music business. It was all around you growing up. Did you ever, did you have a choice?
I thought I did. Again, I mean, I was training to be in the Olympics. That's what I wanted to do until I played that one show. But yeah, I don't know. I know that watching my dad, I know it's in my DNA, but I know God has given me a gift because there's no way that I could do what I do now, and I've never taken a lesson, and I've never practiced a day in my life. My practice is to look at someone play something, go on stage and play it right after.
Wow.
So
that is a real gift, yes.
Wow. It is a gift. It's a blessing. Really.
So out of all the instruments that you do play, what is your favorite?
All of them.
Oh, you can't pick one? Like
no,
picking a kid?
No, really, I can't, because if it's drums, timbales, congas, I'm playing bass and guitar in the show now. So I just love playing music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so what's next then? We got the book coming, which we all gonna read.
Yes.
Yeah. Icon
September 2nd.
Yes.
September 2nd.
So what else is next for you?
There's so many things. There's a movie, a television show. I mean, there's a line of shoes, stiletto shoes coming out, a line of clothes, and I mean, you'll hear about it later. I hate talking and saying,
well, you have to come back when you're ready to speak about those things. You promise?
Yes, I will.
And maybe you can teach us how to play drums when you come back?
That would be great.
Okay, that's a deal.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.